guys, this is Ikiru. So today we are the 18th of May 2012, and I am here to bring you guys a new tutorial. So this tutorial is pretty much going to be based on, for example, you've just downloaded Cinema 4D, and you're like, what the fuck do I do? Where do I start? How do I do cool shit? So this is pretty much going to teach you all the basics, what to do, how to create a good workflow. Um, and how to set up, your scenes, etc., etc. So let's get started. Alright, so we're in Cinema 4D. First of all, let's try to, I'm going to try to teach you guys how to navigate, to pan around, rotate, and, do all that stuff a lot easier. So at first, when I started, I used to use these three little icons here. Oh, well, four. Well, these three little icons. This one just makes you pan around. You just left click and hold down your left click, and just move around your mouse. So that does that. This one just goes back and forth. Same thing. Hold down and move back and forth. Same thing. Hold down and rotate. This one rotates. So yeah. I don't use that anymore because see how I just move a lot faster when I can just do this. And well, what I do is I hold down Alt, and Alt just makes everything go so much faster, and you can just be a lot more fluent. It's a little bit hard at the beginning, but what you do is you just hold down Alt, and we'll hold down Alt the whole time, and left click and drag. Left click and drag. That will let you rotate. Okay. Then Alt, right click. Just go side to side or up and down. Doesn't matter. That'll let you zoom in and out. And your wheel, if you hold down Alt, that'll do that too. No, even without the wheel, but if you hold down Alt, it'll go a little bit faster. But anyway, what else? Let's see. Also, if you have a middle mouse, normally you guys should have it. You click middle mouse, you get all the four views: the perspective, the front view. That's strange. Why is it saying front everywhere? Well, normally it says like the side view, the bottom view, and Cinema 4D is crashing. Woo! Let's just close that and start it back up. Sorry for that. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a little bit strange. Never had that happen to me before. Let's wait for that to start up. So now where were we? Okay, so we have those basics down to move around and stuff. So now let's try to, for instance, you wanna make a text. Everyone likes to put their text, put their name and everything, and have fun with rendering and using colors, etc. So once you get a text, what I normally do is just go down here, and you can choose your font. If you have Art 13, your font should be here. If you don't have Art 13, you click font, and a little window should come up here. Excuse me. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Yeah. So you just choose your font. I'm gonna choose a simple font. Bank Gothic. That one's fine. Doesn't matter. So you're gonna keep it at its axis, and what I do is just go here where it says align. You're gonna click it and go middle. So it's just perfectly in the middle, so it's not to the left, to the right, or anything. It's perfectly centered. So just put in a text. We can put tutorial, I guess. No, let's just put my name, so it's a little bit shorter. Ikiru. Alright, so now with the text, let's just put it at a normal depth. Let's put it at 70, not too big. Caps, you're gonna go on, you can leave the object the way it is. You don't have to fiddle around with everything here. You can just leave the depth the way it is. On caps, you just click cap and put on fillet cap. Same thing for the end and start. Fillet cap. Well, normally you should put the same thing like identically as the other one. For example, fillet cap, I always put it to 2 and put the steps to 5. I put the radius to 2, steps to 5, and for the end, I put the radius to 2, steps to 5. So it gives a nice little smooth, reflective kind of edge to it. Instead of having it all cut out, you don't get the reflections as nice. So that's pretty much it. That's it with the text. What everyone does what I do, which looks nice. Oops. Um, you can just take another layer and put the radius 1 up on each fillet cap. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So also, what you guys should learn how to do is get used to the short keys, short shortcut keys, I guess. Anyway, for example, if I click on the text and if you see these little arrows, this is just to move it around side to side, backward and forward, up and down. And what I normally do is, instead of going up here and selecting rotate tool, the size tool, and the move tool, I just I press E on my keyboard for the move tool, R for the rotate tool, and T for the size tool. So that just really speeds everything up. You know, like I said, workflow is really important, so you don't waste time clicking on everything, blah blah blah. So there we go. That's the text bit, and you know the shortcut key bit. So that's still pretty simple to understand. What else can I tell you guys? Let's see. It's only been 6 minutes, not very long. Let's see. Also, to set up a scene. Oh no. Most important, the settings. All right, so I have all my preset settings, but I'm not gonna click on them. I'm just gonna do it like default, so I can show you guys how to do it. So, what I normally do is I normally have 1920 by 1080, just so I have like a nice big image, just in case I want to use it in a background, so it has really good resolution. But most of the time I just use 1280 by 720, just so it's not too big. Because if you have a really big file, like a giant text on your YouTube background, just shrink it down. It's a waste of size. Because as you guys know, you have to save a background, a YouTube background, in order to use it. It has to be under 1 megabyte. So yeah, you're gonna have to be really precise with that. Anyway, so that's the size. We can just leave that at that. Save settings just doesn't matter for now. If you guys are wondering how to get a transparent background or a PNG background, you're just gonna go into PNG, into format, click on PNG. Alpha channel, you're gonna tick the alpha channels, which means that you're gonna have a black background, which is exactly what you want, instead of pen tooling or whatever, magic wand-ing around the text. And yeah, so that's always difficult. So that's the method to get the transparent background. So multipass doesn't matter. Anti-aliasing, you're gonna put the anti-aliasing to best. That's it. Options, leave it at that. Okay, so all of the default things that are here, all the render settings that are default there, you're gonna leave that like that. So then you're gonna click on effect, click on ambient occlusion, and click on global illumination. So you're gonna go on ambient occlusion, leave it at that. So pretty much what this does, this gradient bar, if you change the color, like red for example, and I hit render, you're not gonna see anything. Like put a light. So yeah, this is also a light. I advise you guys to get like a nice light box. Just download one for the beginning, and then once you get more comfortable with Cinema 4D, you can create your own and find the lighting that suits your style the best, which is what I did. But so I can just put a light here, for example, just for the tutorial purposes only. So this is what we're gonna get with the red. Even though I have no materials on it whatsoever, I'm gonna get a red render because I chose the ambient occlusion to be red. So for example, if I put it to white, well, the text will be white, obviously. So that's that. Pretty simple to understand. So yeah, let's see. Now, back to the settings. So that's the ambient occlusion. You're just gonna leave it the way it is because it's fine. If you want to make a nice little old-fashioned style, you can just put the color picker, well, the color just to yellow, and a little bit to the right. That'll just give it like a nice, soft, old feeling to it. You could also change it in Photoshop, but you can see how it's a little bit more dull, like yellowish. I don't know. Anyway, back to the settings once again. So you're gonna go to global illumination, and the GI mode, you're just gonna leave everything at that. Irradiance sketch, put this the stochastic samples to low, and the record density to preview. So that's pretty much what you guys need for good render settings, and that's it. And if you guys want to save these settings after following what I've just told you, you're gonna click on render settings. Oh no, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. And save preset. So you're gonna save on save preset and just type in whatever you want. You know, whatever. Nice render settings, and click OK, and it will show up right under. And that's it. So that's the render bit. What else can I teach you guys? Just for the basics. That's pretty much the basics that you want. If you guys want to have a nice angle, a nice perspective, instead of just having it like this and not knowing where to where the front of the text is or anything, you're gonna get a camera. Just click on here, get the camera. The little bit here, the little triangle, not the triangle, the square, excuse me. Little square, you're gonna tick it, and it's gonna turn white. That means you are the camera. So I am the camera right now. If I untick it, you scroll out, you see that the camera's here, and you can just move it about. And yeah. So you're gonna go into the camera. What I normally do is put all the positions all the way at the bottom here, bottom right, under the keyframing. You're gonna click 0, put everything to 0, and click apply. So now you're at 0 on the X, Y, Z axis, and you're just perfectly in the center of everything. If you want to be a little higher, you're just gonna move it up, whatever you want. And yeah, I normally keep a nice distance from the ground, so I have a nice bottom and top view from the text. And I mean, that's just my opinion. So that's the cam part. I mean, that's really the basics. Let's create a simple material. I don't know why I have a rectangle, a square. Sphere GI. Let's just get a nice light blue color. So that's how to change the colors, obviously. Sorry, I didn't explain it very well. Let's just delete this. To get a new material, you can either create and click on new material, or just double click on this gray strand here. Double click again to pop up the material editor, and right click on this just to change the shape. You can also rotate it for some reason, but whatever. So there we go. Let's just change the color, like I said, to a light blue. Let's put the reflection. You're gonna tick everything, okay? Well, I mean, you have to obviously check it in order for it to work. Change the color, you just click this little rectangle and change the color. So there we go. Now, obviously you can't see the color yet because you have to fiddle around with the reflection settings. So you're gonna leave everything the way it is for now. But before you change anything, you're gonna click on the little triangle or arrow here where it says texture, and choose Fresnel or Fresnel. Sorry about that. That was my phone. Now you're gonna click on the gradient image, I guess. And no, you're not gonna do anything. So that should be fine. I don't like too much reflection because when you have too much reflection, it just looks a little bit too flashy. I don't know, that's just my opinion. So I put my brightness to 15 and my mix strength to 8 or 5. Let's put it to 5. That should be fine. Then the specular, the specular changes a lot. I put mine to 15, I think. I always forget, but 15, no, 16 and 4, no, 8. So, and you don't change the fall off or anything, so that should look fine. Now we can apply this. What you're gonna do to add the color to the text. Oh, see, that's the problem. That's what I do a lot. For example, I'm still in the camera mode, and I don't want to change the angle that I set to. Like, I set the angle I wanted to keep, and that's really bothersome. So what you're gonna do is just go back, set everything to 0. It's a pain, but yeah. So you're just gonna find your angle again and keyframe. So every time you move around, you just click the back arrow and you're back to where you were before. So that's just, you know, small little tip. So now let's go back to the text and let's get the main color to, no, the back color to blue. And what you're gonna do to add the color is click and hold the material and drag it over to the text, and it should appear on right next to it. You can do that, or just simply drag the material onto the text itself. Sometimes it doesn't work because some layers are overlapping, but that doesn't matter. If you guys want to use the same material you just made, you're gonna click it, select it, and it's gonna turn yellow. And Control C, Control V. That'll let you, or Command V, Command C, Command V if you're on a Mac. Then you're just gonna double click it and change the color. I'm just gonna put it to a nice dark gray. And there we go. So you're gonna drag and drop again on the text. Now my text isn't aligned, which isn't very helpful. Well, then again, you can't really see any of the colors. You know what? We'll just delete this bit. Do it again very quickly. Scroll it back. Drag it down. Delete. There we go. No, it's not what I wanted. Well, it doesn't matter. So. There we go. That's what we're gonna get. I'll include a light box in the description. I'll just show it to you guys right now with a grunge texture that I made. Let's see. No. Here we go. So I'm gonna just edit this here. I'll just delete this text here and change this to change. So pretty much right now I'm just making, you know, the the Lightroom for you guys. So yeah. So that's a little thing. So you're just gonna change your text, keep the camera the way it is, where it is. Select here. Go back down, and there you go. So I'm just gonna click out of this camera and show you guys Lightroom a little bit. So it's pretty simple. There's two illuminated panels, very simple, and you're just gonna get, you know, you're gonna get a good result. So let's just click render and see what we get. So yeah, that's a little thing again. What you're gonna do is you can always just click and drag to select these materials and hit delete if you want to change the colors, obviously. Here I have two kind of grungy looking materials. I don't know why it's always a cube. I need to change that. But yeah, these materials are really effective in a way. Whereas once you drag and drop these materials onto the text, you're going to then well, you can't really see very well. Hold on. Just move this text back a little bit and import a camera. I mean a camera, a light. So now you can see a little bit better. As you can see, this happens to a lot of people when they download materials and they're like, oh, why isn't this texture working? You know, I can't see it on the front, only on the sides, and it doesn't look good. What you're gonna do to change that is just select the material. If you see projection, click on projection and just put it on cubic or frontal. No, that's for the back. I don't want that. I want this one. So normally you should put it on cubic. And it should look fine. If it doesn't look good, it depends what you're working with. If it's a text, I would recommend putting it on cubic, or yeah, just cubic. I normally put it on cubic. So if we render that, it might take a little bit of time because there's a lot of not settings, but a lot of properties, I could say that. A lot of stuff ticked, I guess, into this material, so it's going to take a little bit more time to process. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know what else I can teach you guys. You know, what else you want to know. And and I'd be glad to do so. So yeah, write all your little ideas, I guess, for next tutorial in the comment section below, or send me a message, and I'll put this light box, or you know, just a little text room, I guess, I don't know, in the description, so it'll be available to download via Mediafire, and it shouldn't be too big of a file. So that's it, guys. See you next time. Bye bye.